Hello everyone. So this is the notes about data analysis, which consists of the last part of your chapter 3, 3.5, 3.6. Tak ingat lah, you tengok lah sendiri. Alright. So it deals with the methods of handling and presenting your data and outlines the statistical procedure to be used. Okay. This data analysis part, you have to know which statistical test that relevant for your hypothesis testing and how to present your results. Okay, so statistics comes in two parts for your data analysis: descriptive and inferential. Okay, descriptive statistics, from the terms descriptive, it means that this statistic is to describe your data. It describing your data in terms of mean and standard deviation, frequency and percentages, some in graph, some in bar. So ada mode juga, range, outliers. So this is how the data being described and being summarized. So it is called descriptive statistics. Okay, if you read journals, you read research results, if they indicate the number or the percentages, means that is descriptive data that they are presenting in reflecting the result of the research. Okay, right. Second one is inferential statistic. The name is quite canggih sikit lah. Inferential, it deals with the hypothesis testing. Okay, we sport science field of research, we deal with hypothesis testing because we want to reject or accept the null hypothesis that we plan in the earlier chapter 1 kan. After the research objective, we have research hypothesis. Okay, so hypothesis testing, if you're familiar, have you heard the name of t-test? And then analysis of variance, Pearson correlation test. Okay, so that is inferential statistics. Very important for you to know which statistical test that's relevant for you to test or to reject your null hypothesis. Okay, so how to select and what's the procedure of by using the SPSS. Okay, inferential statistics is very easy. We click here, click there in the SPSS software after we key in the data that you gather in the data collection. Okay, alright. It is very important for you to get the sample that accurate, representing your population of your proposed study, because if it is wrong, then the results of the hypothesis testing through inferential statistics somewhat tidak berbaloi lah. So please make sure that you are choosing the right population, the right way of sampling technique, and now you are doing the data analysis by these two statistics, inferential, and the first one tadi tu descriptive, and second one is inferential. Okay, hypothesis testing, we have 4 steps. Okay, right, with either we reject or accept the null hypothesis. First one, state the HO and HA. The null is HO, the alternate is HA. Okay, you have stated it, and analyze the plan meaning that which statistic analysis that you're going to perform, and then you analyze the data. From that you analyze and then you interpret the results. What it means by the figure appear on the output, SPSS output. If you yes, I know every one of you taking the subject SRT605, it's not a problem for you to familiarize yourself with SPSS. Okay, this is the procedure step by step. We are at the analysis plan. So what are the tests that you're going to choose, and analyze the sample data, somewhat that you are practicing, I hope, in your statistics class, and then interpret apa maksud dia. Kalau if it is very high, if it is rejected, p-value less than 0.05, what does it mean, and how it relates to the results of your study, and then how it deals how to achieve or meet the objective that you stated in chapter 1. Okay, so I'm giving you an example here for the hypothesis testing, inferential statistics. A study aimed to examine the effect that 2 different teaching methods on performance. I highlight the blue part two teaching method, meaning that the two IV are the two condition here on performance. Performance is DV, things you measure kan. We want to see either providing lectures ataupun seminar classes. I should tukar providing lectures ataupun online lectures. Which one is will boost the performance of the students? So state the hypothesis in the null hypothesis and then alternative hypothesis. You are very familiar, hopefully, that your drafts in chapter 1 can lead you to write a good or the correct hypothesis. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? These two teaching methods, providing lectures, meeting me and all the lecturers in the world face to face, or by using online, you see me direct one way saja, you nak jawab pun tak dapat. Okay, this is the how you state it. And then what's your analysis plan? So analysis plan involve if the both distribution, maksudnya if the score of performance orang yang pergi lecture dengan those who are going for seminar class is the same, meaning that the teaching method no effect, performance sama je, kelas A pun dapat A, kelas B pun dapat A, macam itulah 100%. So no effect, meaning that the two teaching methods doesn't give any difference, meaning that as at the end of the research, we can say that the student can go for lectures. You want to go for seminar, just go, because the result shows that performance sama je. It gives the similar score distribution macam tu. Okay, if there is different, let's for example we assume, hypothesis kan, assuming kan, we assume that seminar class give a better performance. So what does this indicate? It indicates that for the higher education, for the school, suruh student pergi seminar lah, dia punya performance better than providing lectures. That's the use of this doing research, and then we hypothesize, we analyze plan. Okay, which hypothesis ataupun which statistical plan that statistical analysis that suitable to test these scores that being obtained. So what's the conclusion? Macam yang saya cakap tadi lah, we can conclude that at the end, if their performance better, then we can suggest the students going for that teaching method. Kalau tak ada beza, mana-mana pun boleh, maybe untuk supplement ke apa ke. That's why we have week without war. Now we have week without war all day, all night, macam tu. Okay, right. So hypothesis testing, there are two types of error can result from hypothesis test error. If in sports, we have many error, especially in football. Me myself get confused. Error contoh lah, the players have to perform a penalty kick. Mesti ada reason why the referee asks the players to perform to execute the penalty kick. Error, ada error tertentu. The same goes to hypothesis testing. We have error called type 1 and type 2 error. Okay, type 1 error occurs when the researcher reject a null hypothesis when it is true. Kesalahannya, when the null hypothesis is true, meaning that no significant effect ataupun no differences ataupun relationship, but the researcher reject, dia buat kesalahan, we call it type 1 error. Do not commit type 1 error. Apa tu? Maksudnya, do not reject the null hypothesis when it is true. Jangan silap lah rejecting the null hypothesis. And the second error is type 2 error. Type 2 error occurs when the researcher fails to reject a null hypothesis that is false. Null hypothesis ni kan is very crucial because you want to see differences. There is no. You want to see there is a significant. So it is type 2 error when you fails to reject null hypothesis. This error is these two types of error is in the research terms. Same goes to sports ataupun any kinds of rules in football tadi sebagai contoh, and another example I will give softball, 2 strike, 3 strike, apa benda tu? You understand kan? Macam tu lah, we have our own term in research. Okay, right. Do not commit type 1 and type 2 error tu je, but we have to know if we reading it, you know what means by these two errors.